good? It's your boy Sneed here, and today we got some gameplay. We picked up Morgan, the golden ticket. He was the cheap one. RG3 was still going for too much, but we wanted to try him out until the CARR golden ticket comes out. Why not try something new out? Johnny Unitas is alright, but the fact that I can get Gunslinger for one less, and I can also get Escape Artist for two due to his ability slots, we have to try it out. We were running Hot Round Master, Gunslinger, Inside Deadeye, and Escape Artist. We'll see how it goes. But if you already haven't, do what the thing says. Subscribe, smash that like button, and enjoy this gameplay.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Also, there's no guarantee that he will stay on the team. If I don't like his release or something, Johnny Unitas, I will use my power-up pass and bring him right back to CARR gets a card.
Morgan off the play action. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Morgan flushed out right. Now he'll let it. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Flush to his right. They'll try and run it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off of a play fake, here's Morgan. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Morgan on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Morgan throwing on 3rd and long. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Calvin Johnson, 36 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you
touchdown Raiders?
Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On 1st down, Favre eluding the pressure right. Ball incomplete to Hill. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyreek Hill, 78 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means you're...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And they go play action with Favre. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Favre on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for the end zone. That is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Darren Waller, 29 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. There he goes, left side.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Raiders!
Alvin Kamara, 55 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
That return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
1st and 10. It's Favre. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. On 2nd down, Favre. Flushed out right. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. From the shotgun, it's Favre. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
To people inside the building as opposed to people outside the building. But this Jabril Cox pick, this guy was almost their pick last night at 99 when they took Deshaun Wright. So this was a guy that they targeted, and they had a card ready to go last night to take him. So I'm sure they're ecstatic to sit here in the 4th round and get him.
Hey, Todd, this is Mike Tannenbaum. I thought I was only contractually obligated to ask you questions about Dak Prescott's contract, so I'm going to try to break new ground here. Any concerns about the offensive line? You know, obviously they've gone all defense so far, but any thoughts about where they are with some of their aging players and the depth they have there?
Yeah, Stephen Jones mentioned to us last night that one of the picks was in consideration yesterday was an offensive lineman. So they're looking, and Mike McCarthy has said that you want to take offensive linemen every year to churn some guys around. But they've said that Tyron Smith and La'el Collins, the 2 guys that barely played at all last year, and in LC's case didn't play a snap because of hip surgery, that they're doing well, and they'll be fully ready to go in whatever this offseason program that's upcoming looks like. So, but with Tyron Smith specifically, he's a guy that's not played a full season since 2015. So last year he missed 14 games. They do believe the surgery that he had will fix the problem that has bugged him for really a number of years. He was reluctant to get surgery, finally relented last year and got it done. If he plays 13 games a year, which is what he did from 2016 to 2019, the Cowboys will live with that. If he's playing 2 or 3 games, then they're hurting. But they feel good about where Collins, Tyron Smith, and even Zach Martin, who missed a number of games last year with injury, where they are, and believe they'll be back to a big form. But that depth is a question. And you know, they have Tyler Biadasz at center. They have Connor Williams. They have Connor McGovern. They have some guys that they put premium picks on. But that, as they found out last year, that depth can go quick, and then you're left with undrafted free agent tackles like they did. That's not a good place to be, but they still feel confident about their line.
Hey, Todd, it's Jim Nagy. I might be the dissenting vote here on their day yesterday. I think the Cowboys did a nice job. I think that Chauncey Golston, big, long, versatile defensive lineman, and then Osa Odighizuwa, really stout guy that can also get upfield. I thought those were 2 really good picks. I think this Jabril Cox pick is a great pick. I mean, this is a guy that most teams had in the 2nd round. I mean, there was some talk coming out of the Senior Bowl he might go late first, so that's tremendous value. But what does it say about Dan Quinn's influence? You've got Mike McCarthy, who's an offensive head coach, and he's bringing in a new D coordinator. And really, he's kind of, Mike being an offensive guy, he's kind of conceded the draft so far to the defensive side of the ball. How much input is Dan having on this draft?
It's funny, obviously a large part, right? Because you look at Wright, the cornerback that they took, the kid's 6'4", out of Oregon State. Where's Dan come from? And Jim, you know this better than anybody, so I don't even know why I'm saying this to you. They love big corners. They have Browner up there. They have Richard Sherman up there. So you're looking at a guy who fits what Dan Quinn wants. The other picks that they had, Odighizuwa, fits what Dan wants. So obviously he's got a large say in what they're doing. And then you look at the Cowboys on offense. and all their money basically tied up in the offensive lineman that I talked about, the contract they just gave Dak to Dak, the contract they have to Zeke Elliott. You know, their money is tied up on the offensive side of the ball, so they need guys on defense to come in as salary cap balancers in some respects. So they knew they were coming in leaning defense here, and knew they were leaning on Dan Quinn to kind of right the ship after this thing fell apart a year ago. You remember, you know, when Rod Marinelli and Chris Richard and Matt Eberflus were running this Cowboys defense, they were a 10 to 12, 14 ranked unit. And with those offenses, that was good enough. And that's what the Cowboys got to get back to. Last year was just an abysmal, and it was an embarrassment. And Dan Quinn doesn't need to have the Legion of Boom defense. He just needs to have a defense that can make some timely plays. And I know why you like the Digizua and Golston there, Jim. It's because both guys really excelled at your game down in Mobile. And that's one place where the Cowboys that's one place where the Cowboys really started to like both of those guys.
No, and Todd, that's not the only reason, but I will say this: Chauncey Golston is a guy that showed up at the Senior Bowl much better than even I anticipated. He was a late add for us and showed up and played great. He way surpassed where we had him graded.
Hey, Todd.
Well, he talked about playing defensive tackle down there. He thought that really helped him because he saw that there weren't, correct me if I'm wrong, there weren't a lot of DTs in there. So he's like, hey, I'll move inside. I'll play there. And they felt that was another part of the flexibility that he brought.
Absolutely.
Hey, Todd, I have a question that everybody in America wants to know, which is no Zeke holdout, no Dak contract issue. Like, what are you going to do with all your free time?
Let's see here. Well,
I owe you lunch.
It's been raining lately, so the golf, yeah, you owe me lunch. I would say wait for Leighton Vander Esch's future and Jalen Smith's future now that they drafted Micah Parsons. That's going to be the thing that we are all going to be watching here going forward. If you're not going to pick up Vander Esch's fifth-year option. You have Jalen Smith guaranteed $9-point-something million next year for injury. One of those guys won't be a Cowboy in 2022 based on how they play in 2021 because they drafted Micah Parsons at number 12.
All right, you guys can follow him on Twitter at Todd Archer. Keep up with all things Cowboys. Todd, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us, my friend.
You got it, guys. Thank you.
Don't forget Ryan Day. You might know him, head coach of a small school in college. I think Ohio State. Is that? Yeah. Ryan Day going to join us in 10 minutes, so you don't want to miss that. That's coming up. But we'll get you caught up on all things draft in just a few minutes here, as we'll get you through every single pick on the radio side. If you're watching on the live stream side, Mike Golick Jr., Field Yates are going to take over for a few minutes, and we'll get you caught up on the draft when we get back here on radio. You're listening to the 2021 NFL Draft on ESPN Radio, presented by Sherwin-Williams.
All right, loving the insight from Jim Nagy, Mike Tannenbaum, and Ian Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio.
Yeah, no, at this point, that's what we're going to just blatantly omit.
He's like 235 pounds of muscle. Listen, I'm the last person you should be including on this set because you forget my name. What am I going to do?
We do about...
I don't know, man. I see those old neck photos of Field Yates. There's a headbutt still left in there for you, Jason Fitz, if you keep leaving out Trevor Scales.
From pretty much anybody on this set, right? Like just